our goal remains the same, and that is to try to find Lena, to try to get some information as to what happened to her.
"183 days. That's how long it's been since Lena Keel vanished.
I mean, nobody disappears out of thin air. Something happened to her. We just haven't been able to discover what it was.
Lena's case is baffling, even to SAPD Chief William McManus.
People wonder, how far can a 3-year-old actually get on her own? Shouldn't we have found her at this point if someone didn't take her?
Well, I mean, that's the big mystery.
Since the very start, SAPD has maintained Lena's case is a missing persons case, despite some suspicion in the community that she must have been taken. Chief McManus today says they're utilizing resources that would be used in an abduction case.
We still don't have any evidence or proof that it was an abduction, so we're doing it. It's kind of a hybrid, missing person and abduction.
I asked McManus why not classify Lena's disappearance as an abduction.
If there were video, if there were any kind of evidence of an abduction, we would have classified it as an abduction, but since we don't have that, we can't classify it as an abduction.
Originally, the Missing Persons Unit was leading the case. Now the Special Victims Unit has taken over.
SVU they'll go out on the street, in the field, they will interview people out there, whereas Missing Persons wouldn't necessarily do that.
Unfortunately, as more time passes, tips about Lena have slowed significantly. Chief McManus says only you have come in during the month of June.
The hope of finding her alive and well start to diminish?
Unfortunately, it does, to be candid. We are still devoting the resources necessary to locate her based on the tips we get. Today or today, our goal remains the same, and that is to try to find Lena.
Yeah, it's been a little over 3 weeks since Hampton police began their search for missing Cody Bigsby. And since the search began, they've been trying to piece together a timeline of when the 4-year-old was last seen. But now they've really widened that time frame.
In fact, Cody Bigsby's new attorney has been firing round after round directed at the city of Hampton, primarily the city's police chief. For the most part, the city has been silent. Not anymore. Cody Bigsby's new attorney, Amina Matheny Willard, is targeting some of the comments made by Hampton Police Chief, who you see right here, Mark Talbot, in the days following the reported disappearance. The attorney claiming that the chief has, quote, initiated and continues to target Mr. Bigsby, adding, quote, the chief's comments further attempt to establish a false impression of guilt in the public eye. Well, just minutes ago, the city attorney sent out this letter. It says in part, quote, Chief Talbot will not retract any of his statements made in updates to the public about the disappearance of Cody Bigsby. No statements made by Chief Talbot have obstructed justice or tampered with a potential jury pool. The quote continues. In fact, Chief Talbot has at all times sought to find Cody to investigate his disappearance. The city denies that Chief Talbot made statements that put anyone's life in danger, and further continuing to quote, lastly, among the many misstatements in your timeline, you state that the HPD, that's the Hampton Police Department, did not seek to initiate an Amber Alert. That is false. The Virginia State Police have clearly delineated criteria to issue such an alert. All aspects of the criteria must be met in order for one to occur. The city attorney goes on to say the police department and the city's efforts are focused on finding Cody Bigsby and will continue that until he is found. Now, we clearly have not heard the last of this.
Can you hear me now? Oh, there we go. Haven't used a notepad in a while. My God, I'm old. Hey, guys. Grammy a 7, Nano for life. Shaney, Mr. Eve. Constance Sue has something to say. How you doing, hun? Linda, thank you for being here. Mama Shmita, love it. Aussie True Crime, hello, hello. Samantha Krugman, Texas Gal, Rainy Days. Ray Law, Love in the Laundry. Aaron Hicks, thank you for being here. Tara W. Lots of new faces and names. Kiko, awesome. And if anybody is watching during the replay, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and hit that like button. You know you want to. If Dawn has 7 alibis, what's your alibi for not hitting that like button, sweetheart? I'm just saying. Hope everyone's having a lovely, lovely Tuesday afternoon. I wanted to kind of play those things because Lena and Cody, we all know it. We all know it, that they are the forgotten. Sometimes when it comes to Summer Wells, Michael Vaughn, and Oakley and Harmony, for obvious reasons, I won't go into that. But I think that we really need to start focusing on these babies. It's been a long time for them too, you know, more so of anyone Lena Keel. And the reason why is because, you know, she's from another country. There's a lot of political turmoil within people to even go there because she's from Afghanistan. I don't care if she was from Guyana. I don't care if she was from Canada. I don't care if she was from the Czechs. I don't care. She matters. She was here and she was taken under duress, I'm sure. And she matters. Yeah, Lena's case is very heartbreaking. But here's the funny thing. One of the biggest important things that I took away from San Antonio Chief's interview was that he said that there was just no evidence to suggest an abduction. So how they're doing this investigation is kind of a hybrid of missing persons and abduction, you know. But her Amber Alert went out. And that was a choice from Texas because every state has their own way of clarifying what's an abduction, what's not, right? And I'm thinking that I'm not going to speak for J.D. Huff on Michael's case, right? But I kind of feel like that's obviously what's going on in the Michael Vaughn case. And even the Summer Wells case for sure. They don't have a concrete, solid piece of evidence that ties them directly to an abduction. And so my question to you guys actually is, what do you think about, do you think that it matters if there is if they were abducted by family or not, or if they were planned abducted by a family member? It doesn't really matter the source. Do you think that it should be treated like an abduction in an investigative sense, no matter what? Hi, Dope. Welcome in, Nano for Life. Amanda Cox, hello, hello. Yes, it should be treated the same. Yeah. Right? Yeah, that's what I think. I think it doesn't matter. To me, I mean, I think it's more along the lines of, what do we tell the public, right? How do we, or how do we keep whoever, sorry about that, whoever they think it is, whether it be the parents or a friend or family member, somebody close in the community with them, a church member, whatever, maybe they have to keep that vague. And that's the only thing they're really doing, is just not officially putting something out there that it's an abduction or not, or being kind of tiptoeing around that, right? To confirm. Hey, Susanna. Katie Rose, if the parents have full custody, then yes. Okay. All right. That's fair, because that's kind of like, if they have full custody, why would they be abducting a child? But, you know, family members, let's just say a cousin or an aunt or a ex-step mother, maybe they got married again later. I mean, whatever the situation is, maybe somebody was like, I can take care of that baby better than you can, right? So maybe, I don't know, that's something to think about. Hey, Doxy. Uh-oh. Mr. Eve can't forgive you, Dope. You done messed up, AA Ron. Hey, Ashley. Mr. Eve really wants to get Miss Eve a coffee because we don't have any at the house. I wonder if he really wants to do that. I wonder. Oh, he's sick. I can't ask him that. Never mind, Mr. Eve. I'll go get my own damn coffee. True, but if the child is in danger and the parents suck and you can't get help, right? Well, I think the parents can suck no matter what's going on, if they're innocent or guilty, depending on what set of bocce balls they have up there in the old cranium. So I think what I was trying to get at is, what do we do? How do they make these really hard decisions? And why are there so many of these abduction or highly likely abduction, or we don't know what the hell to call this, abduction cases with missing children are? What's their strategy? And I always go back to, what is a criminal investigation? What is that? Well, one, obviously there's evidence to suggest that a crime has occurred. 2, collect the evidence. 3, find out who the suspect is and apprehend them. 4, take their ass to court and put them in the jail. That's the whole point of a criminal investigation. And I'm pretty sure that in these instances with missing children where there's nothing leading up to the time of their disappearance, any evidence, anything, right? There's nothing they can go on. They seem stuck at the first or second part of the investigation process. And so what do you need if it's a year later? Why aren't you putting out what little you have that won't hinder the investigation. And of course, we're not going to know what that is, right? But I'm just saying there's got to be something that they can go off of. Because the public pays you to do a service, right? And if you're not doing the service, we either need a refund or maybe we can cut you a deal and help so that there's no more of this. You know, you have to think about it from a statistic standpoint. If we're waiting for a child who may never be brought home, those statistics aren't going to come out to help prevent another one, guys. The more time goes on, the more we lose in a lot of different aspects. Learning ability, training for law enforcement and detectives to see this a mile away instead of learning as we go. Not to mention the child could be suffering and we need to bring them home. And if they're not suffering and deceased, we need to lay them to rest. That's a moral standpoint. Hey, Crystal. Hey, love. Carl. Dory says, I wish I could get to my coffee that's locked in the car along with the keys. Dory, you had a Dory moment, didn't you? That's why you call yourself Dory. Now I know. Hi, Briffany Martin. Sorry if I butchered that. I apologize. Tara, does everyone here know Lena's case? I understand law enforcement says they don't have evidence of an abduction, but her case seems like it really is. Or someone in the immediate took her into their home. Great question. Again, Dory. Mr. Eve just keeps swimming. All right, so now I'm going to have to put that when someone has a dodo moment, including myself, we're going to do just keep swimming. That's what we're going to do. I'll make that tonight. In the immediate area. Yeah. You know, it's an apartment complex, right? So let's kind of get into Lena Kills. I'm glad that you're asking questions because I really want people to... I don't want to force anyone to care about a case if they don't want to, but it's a child, and I always think that they're equally important, even if I don't act on that sometimes, and I apologize for that. But if, let's just say you don't really care one way or the other, look at it from this standpoint. The statistics from Lena's case could help whatever case you can't seem to take your attention off of or focus off of. Let's just put it that way. And you don't have to say that I'm guilty of it. You know who you are out there. If you're angry at what I just said, that's probably because it's true. You know, and I'm keeping it real over here in Eveland. So think about it like that. The more we can help with these other cases that aren't getting attention, not only are you helping potentially put some ideas in the minds of people in San Antonio and the community, but maybe it could just so happen to help, I don't know, JD Huff who's watching, or an FBI, who knows, right? Your energy is important and how it's spent, right? So let's talk about Lena's case. Lena Kill went missing on December 20th in 2021. She was last seen at her Villas de Cabo apartment complex on the 9400 block of Fredericksburg. Let me pull this up so y'all can see it. 1 second. So if you guys don't know, I am from Texas. I live in the DFW Metroplex, but I have visited San Antonio many times, especially for the school shopping, for the school clothes, at the mall there, and it's a brutal fight to get what you want. That mall is gangsta. I mean, I remember fighting over a damn shirt. I think it was a Ralph Lauren shirt. I was in 9th grade. It was my freshman year. I was like, I'm going to get that damn polo shirt. We'll square up. Let's do it. I did not win. She got it. So anyway, getting back to Lena, she doesn't look 3 years old to me. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. But I can't prove it otherwise, so I guess it's really not relevant. But I just don't think that she looks 3. I think she looks more like 4 or 5 from the videos I've seen. So again, she was last seen at her apartment complex playing at the playground on the 9400 block of Fredericksburg. So let's looky here. Let's just go ahead and get a view if anybody doesn't know about her case and the location and geography. Oh yeah, y'all agree too? Yeah, I think maybe there was a number discrepancy on the way over because I swear she looks like 4. I would say she was 4 when she went missing if I had it my way, right? If I had to guess. Here's Michael's home. Obviously, I do a lot of research on Michael's case. It's not a secret. So the 9400 block of Fredericksburg Road. See, I have actually researched Lena's case, and with so little information, it's been very difficult. But I do know that there were some searchers, and I believe EquiSearch came out to search for Miss Lena around this area. So if I zoom out, there's a treesy area going around this block, specifically right here. And I think by a hospital, so maybe even over here. I think they tried to search for her. Yeah, but we'll verify that. So anyway, there is the apartment complex. I know it looks a little weird. And I am assuming that this is the little playground that she played in. Right? Right here. So it looks like there's a little, I'm assuming a tennis court or something. It even looks like soccer, probably soccer. Little soccer thing right there. I could be wrong. But, there's a swimming pool here. And it seems very enclosed. So it looks like a big number of people could probably be seeing her and seeing the other kids playing, right? That's the medical district. Lots of apartments. Lots are sketchy. Yes, SV, you're right. They said it was actually a dog park right there. Is that a dog park? Okay, let me look and see. You might be right because I think I remember going down a little bit to the right to find it. I think you're right. Is that it? I remember now. And I will admit, it's been a hot minute. It has. I could use my Google Earth Pro, guys, but it is very, very slow. What's that? The heck? Isn't this amazing? So it looks like that's it. I would assume. Looks like it, right? Looks like a little shade and then yeah, I would assume. So let's just say that. So her mom states that, she went to go take her brother back to go get some water or something like that. We'll verify that in a second. And then she came back to say, Lena, come on. And she was gone. Yes, a dog playground. But the families are still in the area, still sat there. Mm-hmm. And the men was on the pictures, Tyler. Nano for Life says somebody targeted her. I think the first part of your story didn't post at Carl. Okay. I live in that area. When I went to college a long time ago, I was attacked by stray dogs and my neighbor died mysteriously. Dang. Okay, look, San Antonio is sketch. I will admit that. Like, my sister lived in San Antonio. She went to, she actually lived in Luling, Texas too, which is like right outside of San Antonio itself. And so she went to Stephen F. Austin, but I believe her husband at the time, I don't know if she was going to Stephen F. Austin, which is in Nacogdoches, but her husband went to San Marcos, somewhere in San Marcos, which is a little bit of ways. But they lived in Luling after that, and they were in that area while he was going to school. So, what is that damn school in San Marcos? I should know this. I have to know, or it's going to kill me, y'all. I'm sorry. Give me a moment. It wasn't called Texas State then, but yes, it was Texas State. What was it called before that? Name change. See, this is what ADHD is in real life. Do you see this? Do you see this? Southwest State. It was like Southwest Texas. Yes. I knew I wasn't going crazy. Anyway, back to reality. So I'm going to put my little yellow man. See if I can see it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That looks like a playground to me. And just to verify, this is a very updated picture. So I'm thinking 2022. So there it is. Booyah. So poor Lena. You know, I don't know if anybody saw her earlier in that day or if the kids did, but we're going to check it out. Now, you know your girl is a medium. You know your girl practices it. She does. If you don't like that, please hit the like button on your way out. You don't have to like what I do. You can certainly hit that button, though, on your way out. So my reading is that somebody in their community, in their church, knows what happened to her. And I'm hoping that the FBI reaches out and does interviews on every single one of these people. And my reading also stated that they lived in the apartment complex. Now, guys, this is before I even researched a damn thing about her. This was way back in the day, and I believe there was a live on it. I'm sure if you go back and look at my Lena Kill live from a long time ago, I think January or February, that's what you'll see. Baby Eve is my fave. Yeah, he's your fave because he ratted on me when you were on the phone with me, that little turkey. He told me that I broke his Alexa, and I did. I accidentally tripped, and it flew into the bathtub. He didn't want to run and get it, but he sure did run and tell on me to his daddy. So rude. He said, Mommy did it. Mommy broke my Alexa. He sure did. All right, so let's get some information and context about Lena. As soon as we got word, the search was on, and we had resources at the apartment complex where she lived. What resources are you referring to? Because I'm going to ask. Let's see. Ooh, there's a video to tell me. Let's do it.
If you've been in a car truck wreck, call me at 444-4444. That's right. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
What
The
number?
search for a missing 3-year-old girl on the Northwest.
Ooh, doggy. If you've been in a car accident around San Antonio, you better call 444-4444. And damn it, you better call with some kahunas because you're going to get yelled at. What the hell happened to you? Oh, my. Oh, Lord. All right. Had to do it, y'all. I'm playing with my little voice mod thing. Okay, let's play
West
this
Side
video.
has intensified. San Antonio police have brought in the FBI for help.
They are combing through an apartment complex in the 9400 block of Fredericksburg Road near Blue Mel, looking for any sign of the child. Katrina Weber is in the area with a live report.
Now, Katrina, we know Chief William McManus briefed the media. Was he able to shed any light on what happened?
Now, one thing that he did do is to give us a better understanding of the timeline involved. He told us that this little girl disappeared at some point between 5 and 6 last night, but the family did not call SAPD until about 7:15. Now, there has been a police presence here ever since, as you can see from the guards, from the police officers, rather, that are posted outside the front gates of this apartment complex. This search is for 3-year-old Lena Sardar Kil. Presence here ever since SAPD until about disappeared at some point between 5 and 6 last night, but the family did not call SAPD until about 7:15. Now, there between 5 and 6 last night, but the family did not call SAPD until about 7:15. Now, there has been a police presence here ever since, as you can see from the guards, from the police officers, rather, that are posted outside the front gates of this apartment complex. This search is for 3-year-old Lena Sardar Kil. Last seen dressed not too much differently from what you see in the picture. Police say she was wearing a red dress with a black jacket and black shoes and had her hair in a ponytail. Now, Lena is 3 years old, but we're told she's 4 feet tall and about 55 pounds. Now, the chief reiterated what we had been reporting all day, that she disappeared from the playground here at the Villas del Cabo apartments. He says her mother left her there in the presence of some other people, then came back and realized that her daughter was gone. Police have been here since last night, but this morning they brought in the FBI to help. Chief McManus says they're doing everything they can to find her.
We are going door to door in every apartment unit in that complex, and there's just under 300 apartment units. We have officers checking cars going in and going out.
Yeah, we've been telling you about those checkpoints since early this morning. Police even checked our car as we exited the apartment complex. Chief McManus says once they are done there at that apartment complex,
you go
they
San
will fan
Antonio
out and start
PD.
searching
That's how
some
you do
other
it.
locations in this area. In the meantime, police are asking anyone who has any information on this missing 3-year-old to please give them a call. The number is 210-207-7660. Again, 210-207-7660. Since 6 last night, this little girl disappeared at some point between 5 and 6 last night, but the family did not call SAPD until about 7:15.
Say what? Now hold on. What have we said on every missing children's case? We call 911. Not tomorrow, not after breakfast, now. Right now. So that is you know me. I just go with the facts. She was missing from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and her family called at 7:15. Now, here is where it gets tricky in this case. All right. They have a language barrier. There are different traditions in the way things are handled. The man takes the lead on pretty much everything except for the household in itself, with the raising of the children and keeping it clean and things. That's just the way it is. And so it kind of makes you wonder, okay, did she have to call him and tell him to come home before calling police because she can't speak to police? He has to be the one. What time did Dad get home? Right? Those are kind of the questions that you have to ask and not jump to conclusions. Do I think that the 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock going missing and then 7:15 call into police is sus? Yeah, I do. If it was any other person, if it was any other normal situation. But because this is not, we got to kind of think outside the box. So Carl Douglas is saying something and everyone's talking to him. So let me catch up with it real quick. Do you know the pizza guy that delivered the pizza to Michael's house? I do not, nor did the babysitter, Jen Hanna. I'm talking about Michael Vaughn's case real quick. Crystal, the pizza guy, did know nothing to Michael. His brother had a fight with Michael, and then Tyler had to go at him. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're not going to do that, Carl. Unless, I mean, yeah, that's him. He was mad at Michael. You need to go to the police with that information if you know that for a fact. But if that's speculation, you got to have some proof with your speculation. Or it's just a speck of dust. He's from Dublin, Ireland? Huh? Oh, Lordy. Yeah, let me know. Like, you can email me, but if you have proof of all that stuff, please, like, email and call law enforcement. But you're more than welcome to email me if it's speculation and you want to talk about it. Oh, Enchanted Life Path. Carl, I'm sorry. I'm a dumbass. Oh, you are from Dublin? Okay, I thought you were from Liverpool. See, I don't pay attention well enough. My head is a little laggy. I'm sorry. I love me some Carl Enchanted Life Path. I sure do. Too crazy, but I love you. All right, so McManus said officers are searching every unit and car at the Villas del Cabo complex. Daddy-daddy-doo. I want to know what her mother said to police, or what the dad was told by the mother to then tell police, because I know that it was a very big deal that he and an interpreter told the police what happened. I think they sold her back to Afghanistan, or if a random took her, it's because mom watched her from the windows, never going out with her. My God. I hope that's not the case, like that she couldn't go out there. Right? What, big eyes? Right. Okay. So it says, Lena was at the playground at the apartment complex with her mother and other children between 5 and 6. Her mother left and returned. When her mother left and returned to find her daughter missing, the chief said in a news conference. It is unclear how long the mother was away, but McManus said she returned a short time later. Dang it. If none of y'all have watches all over your house, use your phone, get a watch. If you don't have a watch wherever you sit from longer than 5 or 10 minutes, get you one right now. And you have children especially. Get you a damn watch and get you something. Get a 5-minute dinger. I don't care. An alarm. Tell Alexa, remind me when it's 10 minutes from now. Something. I hope she didn't hear me. I was waiting for her to say, setting a timer for 10 minutes. Somebody, please. Y'all need to be keeping up with the time. Literally. Not with the times, with the time. EVP, that's not ELP. You're right. Carl's from Liverpool. Okay, that's what I thought. Carl trying to be funny. This other Carl. Okay. McManus said the girl wasn't left alone, and there were other kids at the playground, which is open within the complex. All right. So the family reported the child missing, and an Amber Alert was issued. Hey, my wrench. Officers searched the area by foot and air Monday, but did not locate her. San Antonio PD continued their search Tuesday morning and asked the FBI for assistance. Officers are going door by door to each apartment. There are under 300 units in the complex to search for Lena. Officers are also searching for video, cars, dumpsters, da-dee-dee-dee-dee. There is a suspicious nature of the disappearance. Can anybody in the chat tell me who else's disappearance was suspicious? Just put one that you know for a fact. PD said this is a suspicious event of circumstances. Please put it in the chat. I would love to know. Maybe we can use that case and what information has been brought from them to this one. Hi, Brooke. Oh, Carl Douglas. Really? You goofy. Cody Bigsby. Exactly. They had to widen the timeline to 4 hours just to make things make sense. You know who else I think they had to do that with? Summer Wells. And I'm not talking about the 4 hours that Ziggy said somebody who knew or worked with Ronnie Lawson. We ain't using that bullshit. We don't use hearsay. I'm thinking she left her out there before, so there wasn't a rush to get back with her, right? And there was other kids, you know. Right. Well, Orrin and Orson West, very good. Yeah, I forgot about that. I actually didn't think of that one, but yes. Yep. And we knew that from the moment they opened their mouth on that interview they did with the masks on. What a joke. But hey, Cosmic Shine, glad you're here. Glad you're here. We have every available asset in the police department working on the case right now, he said, adding that we are sparing no assets or resources. Great. Officers are also trying to identify the other people at the playground. So far, the mother and residents have been cooperative. Cool, 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 cool. Nobody comes and goes without talking to a police officer, he said. They set up a command post nearby. I know that the search is extended for quite a while after her disappearance. Lena was wearing a black jacket, red dress, and black shoes. A flyer distributed by police says she's 4 feet tall, weighs 50. Hold on, I'm trying not to cuss on here. Hold the phone here, because I know good and well, I've heard those numbers before. One moment. One moment. I got a potty mouth. I'm working on it, y'all. I swear I am. She also has jewelry, which they should be saying on this report. Yeah? Oh, yeah. So Michael is 5, was 5 at the time of his disappearance. His height was 3 feet 7 inches, 50 pounds. What was his hold on. She's 4 feet tall. Weighs 55 pounds. Y'all, Michael at 5 years old weighed less than her and was shorter than her. There is definitely something wrong there. Michael doesn't look like a very itty bitty boy. I mean, he's skinny and lanky, right? But he doesn't seem like he's out of the normal height weight for his age. So very alarming. I hope that wasn't too loud. Scared the shit out of me. Ooh. It scared the out of me. So, interesting. So they conducted a thorough search of the area Monday, but did not find the child. However, according to a news release, they're handling this as an abduction case. As we saw in the video that I posted just right before the live, it's a hybrid case. They're saying we don't know if she's an abducted child, but we're going to treat it like it. But she's a missing person at the end of the day. So we just might as well go ahead and call these cases where we can't clearly identify an abduction versus a false alleged abduction turned homicide. We're going to call them hybrid cases on this channel. Hybrid cases. Hybrid missing child cases. I think language difficulties in beginning were bad. Yeah. My son was skinny and lanky too at 5. He looks healthy. Right. So, yeah. Like toddler Eve is a linebacker. Like when he was born, he was way above normal. He was 9 pounds, 6 ounces when he was born. I felt every bit of that. I can tell you that. Was not fun. But he's a little bit thicker in a sense. Like he's going to be a big boy, but he's very healthy. And so I would assume that he's 42 pounds and he's just about to turn 4. Or 36 pounds, excuse me. So, she can't be. She can't be 3. Not at that time. No. Mm-mm. So it says at least 13 people from Afghanistan have come through the Center for Refugee Services for resettling here, which is what her parents did, and her and her siblings. Anyone with information, please call San Antonio Police Department. All right. What else can we learn? He was born in our frame. I know, we're such square boxes. We really are. We're like built like an ox. But that's okay. Sometimes you need linebackers, not just for entertainment purposes like football, but for labor. We all have our part. So I do know that they went around the medical complex around there to search for Lena, and I believe it was EquuSearch. Did EquuSearch? I'm pretty sure I remember getting the alert for Lena, but it was in December. And I don't think I could have made it because of the Christmas time, or it was right after Christmas, something like that, but I was unable to. It was either that or the other one that I'm a part of. Yeah. Okay, so EquuSearch might have been later. I remember it was one of them. So let's look at the latest and greatest from Lena Keel. Her age is off. Just look at her. Well, I just showed Michael Vaughn's information. He looks like a normal kid to me, right? He was 50 pounds, 3 feet, 7 inches. She was 4 foot, 55 pounds. She is not 3 years old unless she is an anomaly. And that very well could be. The dad looks a little bigger than normal, but whatever. She looks 4 or 5. Amen. Mr. Eve, I'm from Seattle, so that's particularly funny to me. What did he say? I'm the Dreamliner. Boy, I'm like a wide-body Boeing. You're a wide-body Boeing 787. You got jokes, Mr. Eve. You're funny. You is funny. Yeah, I agree. She wasn't 3, in my opinion. So, okay. Mr. Eve, I'm getting off the topic here. I just want to make sure I have the latest. Let's see what the last 24 hours is. Oh, Jesus. Well, nothing in the last 24 hours, I can tell you that. Last week. 2 days ago. Sometimes these, especially these like Daily Beast ones, they say it was updated 2 days ago, but they just republished it to hit the algorithm to be looked at again to get that click. So it could be wrong. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Little shits. Oh, little What does the FBI have to say? I cannot believe it's been 50 minutes. It seemed like 20, I swear. Good God, whoever is on the FBI.gov San Antonio webpage, like, this is hurting me. This doesn't make any sense. It's not aligned. Help. My OCD's like, help. Make it make sense. Nothing. Now, there is videos out there about Lena Kill that I want the creators who did the hard work to get the credit for. I am going to put them in my community post that you can watch on your own time if you so inclined to do so. But I do know something. I do know from my research that Lena would go over to other Afghani person's house, like including her brother, and go play. It's like a community. So there was other people in the community that they attended this. I believe it's a community, but it's like a church from the refugee community. I'm butchering this. Let's say family, church, or community. It's called something specific. One moment. They had prayer vigils. Okay, so a San Antonio nonprofit organization and several community members gathered to search. So there is somebody or some ones in that community, that nonprofit organization that like helps you with the community and the church and where to go, like to pray. And there is some suspicious shit going on. Yes, a mosque, yes. And I'm wondering if I'm hoping that the FBI has like really looked into who was closest to the father and who lived at that apartment complex. I really do. Because it makes sense that if she was running in and out of these people's homes that she felt comfortable being in, right? What if somebody from that community knew she does that and could have planned an abduction? Okay, it just makes sense. Like, and this was a reading that I did a long time ago, and it gave me chills. I was like, Spirit, are you sure? Are you sure? Am I just like jumping to conclusions? No, like it was a firm, it's really simple. Go look at that community member that lives in the apartment complex. They know it's a group effort. The dad knows. Just come on. Like the family knows in a way, but it wasn't nefarious as people think, right? It was, they know. But that's just my speculation. You can do what you want with that. Eve, what date did Lena go missing? December 20th, 2021. Between 5 and 6 o'clock, which really makes me worry if at 5 through 6 her mom wasn't watching her or wasn't unsure where she was exactly. It's kind of alarming. And then they called at 7:15. You know what I mean? That's very, very sus to me. But everybody's different, and this is what makes it hard for Lena's case. Yes, and Mom was said to have found her missing and went and checked to see if she was at someone's house. Could also explain the delay in calling law enforcement. Exactly. So maybe she thought, oh, Lena went over to Hashmir's again, and we can't find her or him. Let's go to the other persons that we know. Go over here, you know. And then it becomes this search and talking, and hey, she might have just assumed that she was going to find her quickly. And I get that. But when your child's missing for more than a minute, you call the popo, because you can always call them back and say, my bad. We found her. Okay. Yes, exactly. And then calling the father at the same time. Preach. Wait, her mom went in to change a diaper? Dope. So it changed. It went from her going in to get some water for the little one, her brother, because her brother was thirsty. It was hot that day, right? Or something. Or thirsty. And then it came to changing the diaper. And then it went to, she had to go grab something and bring it back out. Because there was such a language barrier at the beginning, it was very, very muddled. And there was chaos. It did change. I know that for a fact. And I do know that the mother was intentionally left out of the media and the cameras because it really is a belief thing. Like it really is something that the man takes heed of. You're not supposed to be on camera and doing all that stuff and speaking to certain people. That is the man's job. That's their tradition. Now, no matter what you want to feel about that, I have no opinion on that whatsoever. I'm just saying that's the fact. So we can't really analyze mom. We don't know how distraught or non-reactive she was, you know. But what we're going to do and what I'm going to do is have a little discussion with someone, not within the community, but outside of the community that is in a refugee. And we're going to get her opinion on how she feels about the case, what she learned, what she knows, how they have helped, what searches that she knows of. And we're going to try to get her on next week, if possible. It will not be a camera recording. It will be on the phone. She's a very, very lovely, lovely woman who came over when she was 6 years old or 7 years old. She is now in her 20s. So it would be really interesting to kind of learn the process of being a refugee and coming in through that program in Texas and seeing what she says, not only about that, but about Lena and her thoughts. So I can't wait to have her on panel. We're going to be very respectful. The moment someone is not respectful, we're cutting the comments off completely, and it'll just be a one-way interview where no one gets to really do that. So please, please, please do not be ugly. I'll try to put that event out soon. I hope everyone joins. I'm pretty sure it's going to be next Thursday, but if it changes, then you'll obviously know that, but it's not confirmed yet. I'm excited. I want to see what she has to say about it. All right, we're going to wrap it up. It's 59 minutes. So we got 20 seconds. Any questions? It was December. It wasn't hot. Well, it could. Okay, Brooke, do you live in Texas, baby? Because Texas in December can be hot as Hades. I just want to let you know that. Hot as hell. I'm not even going to beep that out. Okay. It really can. All right, guys. I love you, Brooke. I was just giving you a hard time. Do I need to bring you some ice? Bring me some milk. Because I'm thirsty. All right, guys. As you know, thank you so much for being here. Drink some water. Love yourself. I love you for being here. Michael Vaughn is taking full force, and it will for a little bit because there is some things coming up. We're going to do a live, I think 3 hours on Saturday. Going to try to confirm that with Miss Dope in the chat. We need to go over the timeline. Let's just get it from the beginning to the end and what we know now. Let's just get it out there. 3 hour lives. We're going to split it up. I'll make sure to split it up into videos, into sections, so it makes it easier for people. We are going to get this damn timeline squared away. How about that? Let's take this outside. How about that? We take this to YouTube. How about that? I really need to stop. All right. Love you guys. Drink your water, hug yourself, your babies, your grandbabies, your fur babies. Let's bring these babies home that are missing. And I will see you on the next live. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye.